Great morning and happy Monday. This is Kristen Young, the marriage enthusiast, with your Monday morning marriage-minded message from Living the Vows. So for many of you, you are not aware that I lost my father-in-law on Thursday. And for those of you who are aware, thank you so much for the support. We appreciate all of the calls and the support and love that we've received over the past few days. But what I want to talk to you about are the 3 P's that I've learned about marriage over these past few days dealing with the death of a loved one. So the first one is being prepared. Being prepared. We never really know when things are going to happen. You know, we can plan all day long. We can have our agendas and our timers set and our calendars and what have you, but we truly just never know how the next moment is going to flow. So just as in this situation on Thursday, we found out Thursday morning that things were changing. Our day was going to be completely shifted, and we had to roll with that. And I want you to think about how that happens and how that shows up in your marriage. How does it look like when your spouse calls and says, I want to take you out to lunch, or I want to take the day off and just have an impromptu date, or I've planned this spontaneous day for us or weekend for us, and that's not what you had planned. And if I can be completely honest, I struggle with procrastination, and I like to have things planned, and I love surprises, but you know, if it's something that's going to take up my whole day or take up time that I already had planned for things, sometimes it takes me a minute to shift my mindset into that space. So I want to encourage you to be prepared. Be prepared. Do what you need to do when you need to do it, so that you have that time to relax and enjoy, so you can pull away from things as needed. You already have team members. You already have a plan in place. You already have progress in place, so that you're not feeling overwhelmed and not able to enjoy the time with your family, with your husband, or whatever it is that you're going to do. And as opposed to keeping your mind constantly flowing on what you needed to do or what you could be doing and not enjoying yourself. So just take that time to be prepared. What can you do right now to prepare yourself for later? Whether that means getting dinner started in the morning so that you're not rushing and trying to figure it out when you get home. Whether that means putting a calendar in place, reassigning some of the household chores, getting a little more work done even when you don't feel like it when you're at work, getting a few more things done early so that they don't have to carry over until next week, so that you're not up against the deadline, so you're not stressing yourself out. The second P is to be patient. It's important to be patient. Obviously, dealing with death, there's a lot that's going on. You have to be patient. There's a lot of people involved. There's a lot of things that happen quickly over a few days, and a lot that needs to be done. But when it comes to your marriage, think about how much more patient can you be. There's plenty of things that are not going to happen when you want them to happen. There are plenty of things that you can prepare for, that you can plan for, that don't go exactly as planned. But what are you going to do about that? Are you going to throw an attitude and get upset and cause more headache and more trial simply because you're not getting your way, simply because you have to alter your plan a little bit, simply because it's going to take that much longer? What are you going to do to make sure you're just being patient? How can you just take that deep breath and say, you know what? It really doesn't matter, because this isn't a matter of life or death. And roll with it. There's so many things dealing with people. People are causing you to be patient. Bottom line, if you're dealing with people, including yourself, you have to be patient. You have to be patient with yourself, with your spouse, with your children, with your in-laws, with your sisters, your siblings, your parents, anybody that you meet, your co-workers. There's got to be patience. And more often than not, we can always have room for a little more patience in life. So just sit back, take a deep breath, take a sip of your tea, drink a sip of water, whatever you got to do. Go, you know me, run around the lake, run the track, go work out, whatever you need to do. Just be patient. Be patient. The third P that I want to share is that you've got to be passive. You've got to be passive. And you're probably like, what? A lot of times people associate passiveness with negativity, and that's not always the case. Sometimes being passive means just being quiet. You don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to have an input for everything. You do not have to voice your opinion in every situation. So sometimes you have to accept the fact that being quiet is going to be your best bet in that moment. Sometimes you just may never say what you want to say in that particular situation, and that's okay. That is definitely okay. Sometimes you have to recognize that there are those moments where things are a little more emotional, where there's a lot more going on, and you recognize, you can see that your husband may not be in the space that he in the headspace where he normally is, or you can see that he may be a little more frustrated, or you can tell that things are different. So adding fuel to the fire for what? You're causing unnecessary arguments, unnecessary turmoil, just to say what you want to say, just to have your opinion known. Sometimes it's really not that important, and sometimes it may be important later. So just use wisdom, use discernment, and just say, you know what, I'm going to take an L on this one. I'm going to be passive and just be quiet. I'm going to be quiet. I'm just going to go with the flow on this one. I don't have to speak up this time. It doesn't mean that your voice is any less valuable than it was yesterday. It just means that right now is just not the best time. So I want you to think about those things. And I know you're probably saying, well, Kristen, I've heard that before. I'm aware, but are you doing it? Are you doing it? Because there's so many times when we're dealing with death situations where we think of all of our shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Oh, I should have visited more. Oh, I should have apologized. I was holding this grudge and I was mad, and I should have just let that go so we could have spent more time together. I should have just gone ahead and splurged and spent more money so we could have taken that vacation that we always wanted to take. We have all these shoulda, coulda, wouldas when it comes to death. But guess what? In that death situation, you don't have another opportunity with that person. But right now, in this moment, you have another opportunity with your husband. You have another opportunity right now to make a shift from whatever happened last night, whatever happened last week, whatever you're still frustrated about. Go talk to him. Get rid of your grudge. Apologize. Accept the apology. Work out a plan. Move forward. If you need more spontaneity in your marriage, make it happen. If you need more affection, more quality time, make it happen. Make it known. Do what you need to do. Are you holding up your end of the bargain? Is there more that you can do in your marriage right now to make it a more loving situation, a more healthy situation, something more exciting to come home to? What can you do right now to be more patient, to be more passive, to be more prepared in your marriage and in your life? So I want you to think about those things. And if you're in a space where you're saying, you know what, Kristen, I do need some preparation. I do struggle with procrastination. I do struggle with holding grudges. I do need a plan for my marriage. I can support you with that. I encourage you to reach out to me. We actually have a 6-week program that's starting soon in February, where we're going to focus on how you can move forward and how you can make the shifts that you want to make, and how you can take action in your marriage so that you can be the wife that you want to be, so that you can design your marriage the way you want to design it and truly feel fulfilled within your marriage. So if that is you, I want you to email us right now at yes@livingthevows.com and just say, I'm ready to take action on my marriage, and we will get back with you and get you information for that. And then of course, if you have any comments, any questions, if you like this video, please share it, please like it, please comment on us, let us know. And then of course, let us know what you want discussed in these videos. So feel free to follow us on social media, Facebook. Everything is Living the Vows. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, just go to Living the Vows, like our page, follow us on Twitter. And thank you so much. But just stay encouraged, and please, please, please don't wait until death to think about all the things that you shoulda, coulda, woulda. Take action today. I love you.